Hi, I'm Charles Robinson, and this presentation is over athletic field construction. Here's kind of an overview of athletic field construction. It takes a lot of planning, standards needs to be met for the best possible outcome. It also depends on how the field is already laid out, like hills, patches, grass. This will determine how to accommodate these to still create the best field imaginable. Where daylight use is anticipated, fields should be laid out with the main or long axis north and south. Now I don't know if you noticed this before, but if you look, any typical football fields you see is each goalpost is laid out on north to south, and that's with how the grass grows. So you never have so you're either playing against the grain or with the grain. Too much usage can wear the field down, and repairs are very costly. What the field is being used for makes every field construction and tools unique. All fields are different, soccer fields different from football fields, and how they are constructed and maintained. Okay, sod and soil usage. Okay, because of all the wear that takes place, like for example in football fields that are still have real grass being used, sod is probably your best bet because it's quick and easy. If you were to seed it, then it would take a while for that grass to grow. So typically, you want to use sod. A dense and tough sod needs to be used for these fields. It must also be wear resistant, which is again it's hard. I mean, there's always going to be wear in any grass you use. Finally, it must not be your soil must not be overly wet, because it will cause compaction, and that's bad. And that's bad for your grass health, because then roots won't be able to penetrate into the soil further, and you'll have like a very weak turf. And also you'll have standing water. You'll have standing water because the water will not be able to penetrate the soil, and your fertilizer won't be able to penetrate the soil either through the water. So it won't be able to get to your roots, and your grass will not be looking too good. Aeration can help this compaction process by removing the soil core, and this is by hollow tine by using hollow tines. And you're going to want to do that about 2 to 3 times a year. Hollow tine will reduce the compaction because it breaks up that soil structure and loosens it up, and because you're going to put more soil into those holes, and you'll have better aeration through your soils, and your roots will be able to grow more and better water penetration as well. All this is important because it provides a safer playing field, better footing, and gives a more pleasing appearance. It gives that aesthetic appeal because you'll have a healthier grass. Grasses. Again, that aesthetic appeal of your grasses is very important, because that's what viewers see during like a football game or a baseball game. They see the field as being a major role in how it appears to the eye. The grasses must be cut often. The frequency often depends on how fast the grass grows. So the grass needs to be cut like half an inch to an inch above the cutting height before cutting, And again, you need to follow the 1/3 rule as well. Each grass needs to be at a prime length for optimum playing surfaces. Kentucky bluegrass, fine fescue, improved ryegrass, or mixtures of these grasses should not be cut to a height of less than 1.5 to 2 inches. Tall fescue should not be cut to a height of less than 2 to 2.5 inches, and Bermuda grass should be 1/2 inch in height. And this is important because if you go below these heights, these recommended heights, it will be detrimental to your grass, because like Kentucky bluegrass being cut less than 1.5 to 2 inch, like certain types of Kentucky bluegrass, it will not, they won't be able to take it because of all the wear that's going on during playing. The grass will not be able to take that height, and then it'll just be a great stress to that grass. Watering should only occur when needed. So, as previously stated, wet soil can be detrimental to a playing field because of the compaction. You want to water every 2 to 3 days, depending on the type of grass and what kind of soil is underneath your grass. If there is sand instead of your clay, silt type, watering needs to occur more frequently because it has less water holding capacity. Watering the playing field. Sprinklers are used, but only until the water has seeped 6 inches into the soil. You don't want to water any more than that, because then your soil will be too saturated, and again the compaction will occur. So you kind of know how much water is going into your soil. You can use a soil sampling probe that shows the rate and depth to which the water is being delivered into your soil, and the aerations of the field use the water more efficiently. Like I said earlier, your aeration, when you do aeration on your fields, you'll have better water penetration into the soil, which is what you want. And water also needs to be distributed uniformly. And again, you want to set your sprinklers to where they're overlapping, and to where every area of the golf course is getting, of the golf course, or any athletic field, is getting watered, the same amount of water to that area. And this can be done by a cup test or whatever, where you set out cups every square foot, and you run your irrigation system and let those, and for however long you usually let it run for, and then you go check your cups, and if all your cups have the same amount of water in them, then you're doing good. But if they don't, then you need to change something up, run your system longer, or if you need to, move any heads to where you get that uniform water coverage. Watering continued. This type of open catch basin is used for soilless fields, but is not necessary for these types of fields. Its uses both natural and non-natural soils. Good aeration can also help the watering to be more successful. And this is done more for your sandy soils. Safety of a playing field is vital to its success. The American Society for Testing and Materials helps to ensure that when a field is being developed, that all the right materials are being used in the right way to ensure effective field is being produced. There are up to 12,000 standards that are used to ensure quality and safety. This is an international standard set contributed to over 30,000 experts spanning over 150 countries. ASTM provides methods, specs, and guides that are used worldwide. That brings me to the quiz questions. Which grass type should be cut 2 to 2.5 inches in height? True or false? What soil is good for playing fields? What does the acronym ASTM stand for? Which way should the length of the field be facing if daylight is anticipated? Which of the four directions, northeast, northeast, south, and west? Which direction is your typical playing field facing? Give one reason the right side is important. In our references. And that's it. Thank you.